What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Curious World of who's me, Leon, and I'm back after kind of taking a long absence away from YouTube and creating content, and I pretty much have been riding the wave of these travel vlogs of my gap year. And now that I have completely uploaded all of the travel vlogs, I wanted to cap off my gap year and all the vlogging that took place during that time, and me sharing that experience with you all with an interview of two of my closest friends, Terrell and Justin. And I interviewed them around the portion of my South American voyage that we went through together as a group throughout South America. And I wanted to just give them an opportunity to really share their experience and give their perspective, as opposed to always just hearing me talking about it on my channel. Just giving somebody else an opportunity to share their experience in hopes to inspire others to potentially do what we did, and getting a group of friends together and taking a long extended period of time to travel. And it's a very insightful interview where we touch on a lot of the backstory of what you do not see in the vlogs, and how the trip came together, and some of the ups and downs, and going over packing and budgeting, and just a wide variety of topics. So if that's something that you're interested in, you definitely want to stay tuned. I'm broken up this interview into multiple parts, kind of dropping them every 2 or 3 days and 5 parts at a time, just so you don't get overwhelmed with the information. And then after the fact, I'll probably upload the entire interview at once. But I hope you guys enjoy, and I can't wait to get back to making original content, because there's so much I have to catch you guys up on. And part of my absence, a lot has changed, just readjusting, being back home from getting a new job. I moved cities, I got a new apartment, and I'm still getting things rocking and rolling and getting back into a schedule, and just adjusting to being back home, something that many people don't talk about when they take those extended periods of time to travel. And I can't wait to share all those things with you. So until then, I hope you guys enjoyed this interview. Peace. What's going on, man? What's going on, guys?
What's up?
Yeah, man. So got you guys here to interview you, so you guys can talk and give y'all experience of our time when we was in South America. And for those that don't know, if y'all have been watching my vlogs, y'all should already know who these two are. But if y'all haven't, I'll reintroduce them. These basically my childhood friends, basically brothers, like family, you know what I'm saying? On the left here, I got my boy Justin. And I know Justin since what, like 14? 14, met him at the fair through this guy on the right, Terrell. And I know Terrell since like 4th grade, since like 8, pretty much my whole life, man. So like, who would ever known that we would have from there traveled South America?
It's a journey.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I'm pretty sure like if our teacher saw us, they'd be like, man, these two?
Right.
These, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
These two. Our teacher in 9th grade, what was his name? Yeah.
I don't remember. He was funny.
Yeah. So I just want to basically allow y'all to give y'all perspective on the whole trip. Just talk about y'all experience. Of course, I went with y'all, but I just want to also give y'all an opportunity too. And maybe this might transform into something else. Maybe we'll also do something else. Especially, I want to get this done because Justin here, he's actually about to go to Southeast Asia. He decided to keep traveling. And so trying to get this done before he left. So I really hope that you guys enjoy it. So the first thing I want to ask y'all, man, is at what point did y'all first know that y'all was motivated to want to travel?
Well, the guy who's the interviewee or the interviewer, Leon, went to Peru, did a study abroad. Went for Peru for 6 months. Showed me pictures, people he met. We had a group chat on WhatsApp, I think, and just blew my mind. And I always dreamed about going, learning Spanish. Had a couple a couple Spanish people in my life growing growing up, so I always wanted to learn Spanish and everything, and having the PSP, you know, going Google Maps, Rio, you know, all that stuff. So when he showed that, he went down there and in Peru, it showed me that it was possible. You know what I'm saying? As far as not having, you know, not being luxurious, it just showed me it's possible.
What about you, Justin?
Well, my dad, the company that he works for, you know, he did a lot of traveling. So not only within the States, but a few times out of the country for me and my brother, my older brother. Specifically, it started for me when I went to Italy, Italy. Went to Rome for like a week with him on a business retreat, and I was still kind of young.
How old were you when you did that?
I think I was like 14.
Okay.
So that was like my first time really going outside of the country. But then, I guess when I was older and I was more sensible, it was the trip that we had taken to Puerto Rico. I guess that was really my first time, you know, going outside of North Carolina with like no parental supervision.
Yeah, what was that, like 2 years ago?
No, that was like 4 years ago.
4? Yeah, no, it was 4. Yeah, we went to Puerto Rico for New Year's.
That was a good time. But I mean, what really made me, you know, kind of go towards this trip was, you know, you're studying abroad in Peru, and then just that whole idea of being born. I mean, it's something I never thought I would have done, but I'm glad I did. So I wanted to experience it myself.
So the other day I was thinking, and I couldn't really come back to it, but like, how did this trip come together? I know I was already going on my gap year. I was in Europe, and I did mention I was doing South America, but I can't quite remember, Terrell, like, at what point did this trip like really start to come together?
You was doing Europe.
Yeah, cause you started working on the itinerary, which I'll probably post one day in one of my videos. I might put it in the description below the itinerary that you created.
You was doing Europe. You know, I was working at the job, working at the job in the morning. You know, not doing customs, not doing shit. You know what I'm saying? So we always talking, brainstorming. You was like that. You know, you was already on the panel, and so we was talking. Just mentioned South America. And the snowball effect came from there. So
cause you was just like, I might show up.
Well, yeah, in Panama, yeah. But now he was like, yo, might as well do South America. And I was like, yo, hey, that's say the word, bro. Like, we young, you know. I just wanted, you know, my first job, just get my feet wet, and in the career I was going, and she goes from there. Start contacting JT, other people that you know didn't make it on this trip, and shoot, he was like, well, shit, you down? I was like, you down for real? He was like, yeah, if you gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, alright, bet. So we just did the itinerary. He was like, do the itinerary. You know what I'm saying? You already did the itinerary before for Europe.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I don't know really how to do an itinerary. Just send me that. Or I did like a little a pre-draft. And I just did my own research and everything like that. Just sent it. And it was there for there, bro. There for there.
What about you, Justin? Because, see, for y'all that don't know it, I don't know if y'all realize this in our vlogs, but Justin is the more sensible one and more level-headed one between me and Terrell. And I would say he's more on the conservative side, which is okay because we need that because he kept us from getting off the rails between me and Terrell.
And budget.
And budgeting. He definitely helped us out on budgeting. Anytime JT says something's getting expensive, it make me recheck my bank account and be like, alright, yeah, things are getting expensive. But for you, how did this trip come together? Especially because it took you a while to just get on board. Like, you had known about this trip for what, about 3 months before you actually agreed to come? And it was basically like a month right before we had to actually, you know, leave, that we would be in Colombia. So, like, tell me about that whole process when you was like, alright, trying to figure out whether or not if you should come or not.
So, yeah, Terrell had originally told me, you know, it was official, it was happening. I think it was back in either August or September of 2018. So then I mean, in the beginning, I was like, I can't do that. I can't quit my job and go travel. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But then, as I kind of just kept my eyes on the itinerary and what y'all were talking about, it really started to pique my interest. And then I remember, I think it was the day after Thanksgiving, after all the thinking that I had done and all the scenarios that I played out in my mind, I made my decision, like, why not? Let me go ahead and just go. So I sent y'all that message on Instagram in our little group chat, like, hey, I'm doing this, I'm going with y'all. And then I remember you explained to me everything that needed to be done, which, I mean, it was a lot, but then for somebody, who's taking something serious, it wasn't a lot to get done. I just had to plan efficiently.
What was a few things, I can't remember exactly, what were a few things that I asked you to do before you came?
Look at the itinerary in detail, make sure, my vaccinations were in check. You sent a pack list of everything that I needed to have or should have. And I think those are the big things.
Yeah. Now, Terrell, you mentioned itinerary, so I want to touch on this real quick. So tell me why an itinerary is important. I know a lot of people don't like to use them sometimes. I know there's a lot of people out there traveling, backpacking, that's just really going with the flow, but like, I think having some sort of plan or, just, talk about how that itinerary just grew in value as we was traveling.
Make sure you're on the right track. Make sure you know where you want to spend your money at. Make sure you're not doing anything completely reckless. And then make sure because you're in limited time, depending on where you are, what you're doing. That you get all your main things that you want to do in that city or that country out the way. Also, it'll show you how to navigate through places. You don't want to be stuck, different language barrier. You don't want to be stuck in the middle of nowhere. Don't know how to get from A to B. So, I think that's basically it.